Coming at me, I wonder who does it. They can't see the vision, boy, they must be out of focus. That's a real hot album, homie. I wonder who wrote.
Guys, so this is what if Deku was basically, well, Killer Croc slash History Month special. So Deku basically in this universe is going to basically be. So guys, basically, Deku will have all the abilities and powers of Killer Croc. Now this is what if Deku is Killer Croc slash Black History Month special because, well, if you don't know Killer Croc's origin, Killer Croc is black African American. So basically, Killer Croc basically was born with a genetic mutation that gave him croc-like skin and, you know, pretty much facial features. Now, the Killer Croc I'm going for is the more humanoid Killer Croc. Now, basically, Killer Croc was raised with abusive parents. Well, not abusive aunt and uncle, because Killer Croc's pretty much family died, or his mother and father died. So basically, so in this universe, Deku was actually raised by Inko, but Inko in this universe is actually very abusive towards Deku. So pretty much Deku, you know, is treated like you know, low life, because in this universe, Deku is born with this quirk, because his mutation is going to be a quirk in this what if, obviously. And basically, Deku is going to have all the abilities of Killer Croc, and Deku's also going to be sort of an evil person, but he's still going to be, you know, want to be a hero, so yeah. So pretty much Deku, now you guys can decide who should be the ship. I'm pretty sure I am going to be shipping Deku with Mina, but you guys can go in the comments and decide who should Deku be shipped with. Now basically, Deku is born pretty much the same. Deku's abused and all other stuff. Deku's mutated quirk only activates about 2 weeks before Deku's supposed to go to the quirk doctor. They go to the quirk doctor early with Deku's abusive mother, and pretty much they walk into the quirk doctor. They say Deku's quirk is pretty strong and actually very dangerous in, you know, theory. Basically, they say that Deku has increased strength, stamina, durability, and also a crazy regeneration or healing factor. So basically, let me take a second out of this, you know, what if, and explain basically what Deku's abilities are. Now, Deku basically has superhuman strength, durability, speed, reflexes, and also a crazy healing factor. Now, Killer Croc can't regenerate freaking limbs or anything like that. I said freaking, YouTube. Don't take me down. Pretty much, Deku is going to have, you know, whatchamacallit, a regeneration, not to a point of Deadpool or Wolverine, but almost there. Now, Killer Croc has been shown to regenerate pretty, you know, crazy amounts of, you know, skin and flesh ripped off. Killer Croc's been able to heal from a spinal injury in an hour. He's been able to heal from multiple gunshots, arrow wounds, burns, and also been able to survive getting pretty much falling down from a building 100,000 feet up into the air. Killer Croc has also been able to regenerate hit both of his eyeballs after his eyeballs been ripped out or scratched out. Killer Croc also been able to regenerate small body parts like fingers or, you know, stuff like that. And Killer Croc has been able to, you know, withstand obviously gunshots. Killer Croc is bulletproof, at least I think so. Yeah, and also Killer Croc, on top of all of that, is incredibly strong. His top strength in comic books at least has to be. Batman said himself he is strong enough to pretty much pick up a whole entire a school bus, plus the kids into the school bus as well. So yeah, and Killer Croc is also has all the additional powers of a crocodile. Killer Croc has the bite force of a crocodile, at least I think so. And Deku also will be having the ability to swim underwater as fast as a crocodile, and also have the ability to breathe underwater like a crocodile. Deku will also have the ability to run as fast as a crocodile on, you know, land, and crocodiles can run pretty fast on land, actually. And Deku also is able to dodge. Now, Deku will be able to dodge, lightning, but not to a point of, you know, Spider-Man or Quicksilver or, like, stuff like that. Killer Croc is going to be fast enough to, you know, dodge Batman's attacks, stuff like that, you know. But Killer Croc is a pretty good street fighter, but he ain't, you know, to the likes of Nightwing or Batman or even Bane. So yeah. So basically, Deku, is trained by I mean, it wasn't really trained. Deku actually trained himself on the streets. Now, since Deku's mother's abusive, but also on the same time they live in the hood. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Deku lived in the hood before he even lived in Japan. Deku's mother moved to Japan because she had a job, you know, movement to Japan, and pretty much Deku didn't want to go to Japan because he made friends here. His brother that wasn't taking it and just said, "You're coming with me, little brat." And pretty much they go on the trip all the way to Japan, move there, and pretty much it's been about a week and a half since Deku's been there. Deku's been into a couple weird stuff like pretty much joining the circus, getting some extra money, pretty much wrestling crocodiles and getting the nickname, Killer Croc. Now, Deku has been shown to, rip a whole entire crocodile from its mouth down to its tail in half. It's been crazy since Deku, joined the circus. Deku, quitted the circus about 2 weeks before the whole entire, UA a sign-up event. Now, Deku trained, killing crocs and street fighting, and testing his durability. Deku tested his durability, taking a whole tire, locomotive to the chest, pretty much jumping in front of a moving, pretty much train at the subway, surviving at that, and also not getting minimum damage to himself. Deku was pretty impressed of how durable he was. Deku has tested out his strength. Deku has also been able to, obviously take bites from crocodiles, so that's a lot of, force being put on Deku, but Deku also has the ability, Deku also, I think, yeah, Deku also has razor sharp teeth and razor sharp claws that can easily just, do a whole entire, bullseye katara type of stuff. So pretty much, his claws can really cut really deep into people. So Deku, pretty much goes to the entrance exams, and he pretty much walks into the entrance exams. They get started, and pretty much they get started. Deku's on the written exam. Deku gets a pretty good score because Deku isn't done. Deku trained and trained his mind to learn. So pretty much Deku. Sorry, yes. So pretty much Deku. I forgot to mention how Deku looked in this What If. Now Deku has the same skin pattern as Killer Croc, and is also as tall as Killer Croc in the Suicide Squad movie. But Deku also has a transformation type of quirk combined into his mutant quirk. Deku has the ability to basically transform into a more beefed and buffed out Killer Croc version of himself, making him. But every time Deku goes into that Killer Croc state, Deku, pretty much goes, freaking berserker mode and doesn't even care what people say. He pretty much just kills anything that moves. So yeah. So let me show you what Deku's berserker mode looks like. That's Deku's berserker mode. Pretty much Deku gets buffed up and gets a bunch of spikes and pretty much, is super durable, super strong, pretty much to a point of even taking down Superman barehanded type of, bestiality and strongness. So yeah. So basically Deku being so strong, Deku, obviously gets a pretty good score in, UA. Deku pretty much just, for the whole entire match, just pretty much crushes robots left and right. Deku actually does run away, doesn't save Ochaku, and pretty much Ochaku gets saved by a hero. Ochaku still gets into UA, and Deku also gets into UA with flying colors. Now, Deku goes into Class 1A the next, week or day, don't know how long it took, and pretty much Deku walks in there. Deku seeing that, everybody's sitting down, and Deku sits down, with them. Deku sees a couple other kids with mutant quirks and see that it's one pink hair girl that he kind of likes. So basically, Azawa walks in class and sees the class are doing quirk assessments and they get ready. They go outside, and pretty much Deku's told to throw the ball because he got the highest score in the entrance exams. Deku grabs the ball and chucks it pretty much using his, normal strength, not his berserker strength. Throws it pretty far and gets a pretty good score. For the long jump, Deku aces it, and pretty much for the race, Deku gets a pretty good score. Deku gets about second place in the race, and for the long throw, whatever it was, the grip test strength, Deku gets a pretty good score. So altogether, Deku gets second place, Bakugo gets first place, and Todoroki gets third place. Bakugo gets third place, and Todoroki gets first place. So Deku goes back home, and pretty much on the way home, Deku sees a muggery, or like a mugging happen. So pretty much Deku runs over there and says to stop, and pretty much the man tells Deku to, leave him alone, and pretty much throws, a knife towards Deku. Deku gets stabbed by the knife, and pretty much the knife just, doesn't really stab Deku, just, flies off Deku's skin because he has crocodile skin. So pretty much Deku still has his hair. Deku still has the same build that he had during the 10-month arc training with All Might, but with, the scaly pattern that Killer Croc has on his skin. So Deku smirks at this and shows his teeth off and pretty much runs for the man, grabs him by the shoulders, and pretty much chucks the man into a wall, knocking him out. Deku pretty much tells the woman to walk away. The woman, walks away and thanks Deku, and pretty much runs off. Deku grabs the man, and pretty much the man takes out a gun and shoots Deku straight in the chest. The bullet doesn't go all the way through Deku's chest, it pretty much goes like through an inch through Deku's skin. Deku's confused and pretty much pulls the bullet out of his chest and gets so angry to a point of, berserker mode. Deku goes into berserker mode and pretty much, goes crazy. He grabs the man and pretty much rips him in half. I cannot stress this enough, straight up rips him in half. Like, not Deadpool Juggernaut style in Deadpool 2. Like, straight up takes his hands, his claws, buries them into the pretty much forehead of the man's skull, and rips him in half down the middle. It was crazy. Pretty much Deku kills him and starts eating his body. It's like super crazy. The police show up, seeing that Deku's, gone already, but they see the man's ripped in half skeleton with all his meat ripped off of his body. Deku is on, the pretty much, what was it, on top of the building of the alleyway the man was mugging the woman, and pretty much Deku smirks at this. Deku transforms back into his, normal Killer Croc state and, wakes up in his bed. Confused, Deku goes in the bed, goes to, his bathroom to get a glass of water, like to wash his face and, calm down. And Deku sees that there's blood all around his mouth. And I'm going to end it off here. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you guys later. Bye. Deuces, and always have a blessed day. See you guys later. Deuces.